In this video, we will attempt to root Raven from Vulnhub. The difficulty for this machine is beginner to intermediate, so it shouldn't take much time. Now let's jump in and get started. We start with net discover to get the IP address of the machine. As you can see, it's running on 192.168.111. After that, we start our mmap scan. My parameters here, -SS for TCP SYN scan, -A for aggressive scan, and -ON to output the results of the scan to a file called mmap scan, and the IP address of the machine. It takes a minute. Just give it a minute here. And we have 3 ports open: SH, HTTP, and RPC. Now let's start our enumeration. We start a derp scan to find any hidden directories or files. -R for non-recursive, just to prevent derp from surging in any directories. And it looks like this machine is running WordPress. So let's run wp scan to enumerate any users, just to find out the users on this build, on this WordPress build. And immediately we have 2 users, Steven and Michael. Now from the mmap scan, we know that this machine is running SH on port 22. So let's try to brute force the SSH login with Hydra. Here you type in Hydra and the service that you want to brute force, followed by the IP address of the machine. First we will try to brute force the password for user Steven. So -lowercase l because we are supplying a single user, -uppercase p because we are supplying a file. Are we gonna use raku.txt to brute force the password? If you know what raku.txt is, essentially it's a file that has a list of over 40 million words. So it's pretty handy when you want to perform a dictionary attack. -uppercase v for verbose output, just to get an idea about what's going on. -lowercase t for 4 threads per second. Now let it run. I left it for a while and came back, but I didn't get any hit. So let's try to log in with the other user, Michael. And immediately we get the password for Michael, which is Michael. Now let's SH to the server with the user Michael. Let's see if the user Michael has any special privileges in the suitors file. But no luck. That means we need to find a way to switch to the Steven user. So let's do that. After some enumeration, I found that if you navigate to the var.dub directory, you can find the second flag. Now let's check the WordPress build directory. Let's check the permissions for the wp-config.php file. And it seems that everyone can read and write to it, which is incredibly dangerous because the database credentials are stored in this file. So if you are running a WordPress site, you want to make sure that the file is only readable by the root user. Now let's grab the username and the password from the file and log into the MySQL database. Database name is WordPress, username is root, and the password is Raven Security. To log into MySQL database or MySQL, you type in MySQL, -lowercase u for username, which is root, -lowercase p to prompt us for the password. Now run it and enter the password, which is Raven Security. Once you're in, type show databases command to list all the databases. Then type use followed by the database name, which is WordPress. Then show tables to list all tables for this database. The WP post table looks interesting. Let's check that. Type select asterisk or star from followed by the table name. And here's the third flag. Now let's check the users table. Type the same previous command. And here are the users Michael and Steven and their hashed passwords. Let's analyze this hash. Vulnhub is a cool site that has a great hash analyzing tool, and I'll be using it to analyze this hash. So paste in the hash, click on analyze, and it's an MD5 WordPress hash. Makes sense. Now we need to find a way to decrypt this hash into plain text. I'll use hashcat to decrypt this password with a dictionary attack. Let me show you how. First, create a file and paste the hash in it. Now let me demonstrate this command. You type in hashcat dash lowercase m400 for hash type, which is MD54 pris, dash lowercase a0 for attack mode, which is straight or a dictionary attack, dash lowercase o to output the cracked hash into a file called crack.txt. Then the file that contains the hash, and the wordless file, which is rockq.txt. Now run it. Oh, add dash dash force to skip this warning. This kind of password attacks take some time depending on your CPU or GPU, so be a little bit patient. And after it's finished, we can see that the cracked hash is pink84. Now let's switch to a Steven user with this password. With the su command you can switch to any user, so su Steven, paste in the password. Now execute bin bash. Sudo dash lowercase l to see if the Steven user has any special privileges in the sudo's file. And indeed, he can run Python with sudo. So let's do that. Import the OS module. Then with os.system we can execute any command we want as root. So let's execute bin bash to get a shell. And boom, we are root. And here's the fourth flag. And if you wonder where the first flag is, there you go. Just basic reconnaissance. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like and a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.